Is your hair driving you nuts lately? Is everything you're trying not working, and every time you wash and style, you're just frustrated with how your hair comes out? Because same. Today, we are going to be talking about troubleshooting wavy curly hair routines. Perhaps you have just started your healthy hair journey and you've played around with different techniques for applying stylers. You've done the brush styling, you've scrunched gel into your hair, you finally figured out which gel you actually like, which shampoo you like, and you've got the routine. It's nailed down. And you've had like several good wash days in a row, maybe a couple of months of like glorious hair. Then something shifts and all of a sudden every wash day gets progressively more and more and more sad. The curls are no longer curling, the waves are no longer waving, and you're left bewildered wondering what the heck happened. It happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us, and I'm here to throw you a curly hair lifeline. But before we do that, in case you're wondering what's going on with this video and why it looks a little different than some of my other videos, well, it's because my camera broke and I'm actually filming this on my iPhone. If you aren't noticing any difference because you haven't been hanging out with me here on the internet for any period of time, and this is literally the first video of mine that you're watching, come on, let's be friends. Go ahead and subscribe and click that notification bell. But I'm serious, I really do want to hang out with you some more. So if you aren't subscribed, I'd love it if you would. The main cause of curls no longer curling and misbehaving and kind of driving you crazy is it is probably time to clarify and deep condition. What do I mean by that? As a general rule, curly hair products tend to be less stripping. They tend to contain lots of emollients and hydrating and nourishing ingredients that protect and seal the hair, help to lock in moisture. Our stylers are designed to provide a protective barrier against humidity and the elements and lots of hold. And I think you can kind of see where we're going with this. All of that kind of can build up over time. And that buildup will keep your curls from forming into their curl families, from holding the same. It's just time to wipe everything clean, get you a really nice clean slate, and start over. I tend to like using a sulfate-heavy shampoo for this. Why? Because sulfates are incredibly effective at removing buildup. Lately, I've been really liking the Pantene Volume Shampoo from the drugstore. It's $4. It has 2 sulfates and almost nothing else. It gets the job done really, really well. And in some cases, you may be not necessarily dealing with as much product buildup, but actual hard water buildup. In a case where you were dealing with hard water buildup and not product, you would use the Pantene. You would use a hard water shampoo for hard water buildup. These are known as chelating shampoos, and they contain specific ingredients that help break calcium and magnesium deposits off of the hair and let them rinse down the drain. Both the Pantene and chelating or hard water shampoos are quite stripping, so it is very, very important to follow these up with a deep conditioner of your choice. I like to put the deep conditioner in my hair and wrap it up in like a conditioner-y, seaweedy, squishy top knot, put on a plastic shower cap, and either wrap my head up in a terry cloth towel to trap in the heat, or to use something like a heat cap, usually one that contains some flax seeds. I'll have recommendations for that linked down below if you are interested. And I let the deep conditioner sit on my hair for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. To be honest, I usually go watch some TV or some YouTube and I get caught up and the conditioner winds up staying on my hair for an hour instead of just 30 minutes. But 30 minutes of deep conditioning with heat is plenty. Then I rinse that out completely, and usually I will just let my hair air dry, product free, with nothing in it afterwards, just to kind of assess how my hair is feeling and if that clarify and deep condition session has righted all of my curly hair woes. You can throw in a tiny bit of leave-in conditioner into your hair afterwards if you know for a fact that your hair is quite dry and you're certain that your leave-in conditioner isn't the thing that's causing your woes, your issues. If you have freshly clarified and deep conditioned your hair, and then you go back to your regular curly hair wash day routine with your gentle shampoo, your rinse out conditioner, your leave-in conditioner, your gel, your foam, your mousse, whatever it is that you do on a regular wash day basis after clarifying and deep conditioning, and your hair is still misbehaving and driving you crazy, it is possible that you are due for a trim, for a cut. Getting regular cuts is so helpful with maintaining the shape and integrity of your curl pattern. If you haven't gotten a trim as of lately, check your calendar. It may be time to do so again. I have found personally that getting a trim once every 3 to 4 months when I had virgin hair, no highlights in my hair, no color in my hair, was roughly the amount of time that I needed to get a trim. So get a trim, 3 to 4 months goes by, get another trim, things stay nice and bouncy and curly and happy. Now, I currently have about half a head full of highlights. I decided last January that it would be a great idea to bleach my hair to the heavens. I have so many thoughts on this. I tried to be a bleach blonde curly girl. I couldn't get it figured out. Anyway, I am now in the process of growing out all of those highlights. So about here is as far as I've gotten. So this is all not bleached, but all of this is bleached. That being said, I have some bleach in my hair, and I'm finding that I'm having to get my hair cut every 4 to 8 weeks now. I cannot go the 4-month mark. The ends start to fray a bit, and when that happens, the curls stop curling. All right, you've clarified and deep conditioned. You have freshly trimmed hair, and still your wash day routine is not working. It's failing you. Perhaps you're like me and you've gotten a little sidetracked, and you are either not paying really good attention to your application technique, you're not getting really even product distribution throughout your hair, or you've gotten sidetracked and started trying out all the different application techniques, and you've kind of gotten yourself in a twist and you have no idea which routine you did that one time that your hair turned out so darn good. How was I doing my hair 2 months ago? You see the problem. Keeping your application routine can be incredibly helpful. It's also fun to play around. Don't get me wrong. I like testing out the bowl method. I love testing out the flip section method, but I know for me to get the results that I personally prefer the best, I use my swing curl clump method. It's the method that I have developed over the course of 5 years, and it works for me, and I know it works for me. So I can't get too terribly mad at my hair if I try brush styling per se. So I can't get too mad at my hair if I try something like finger coiling my hair, let's say, and it doesn't turn out well. So also keep that in mind. All right, that one seems fairly obvious. But keeping your application technique consistent, your diffusing routine consistent, your plopping routine consistent. Let's say you've kept all of those variables the same. You've gotten regular trims. You've freshly clarified and deep conditioned your hair. We finally come to the crux of this particular video and the issue that I am currently struggling with that is causing my waves and curls not to wave and curl like they should. And that is the weather. The time of year. Every wavy curly girl's nemesis. If it's raining, we know our hair is gonna grow. If it gets too hot outside, we know our hair is gonna frizz. If it gets too cold outside, we know our hair is gonna frizz. Adjusting your products based on the weather can be really tricky, and I understand that it's not something that everyone can do, but there are a few tweaks you can make to your routine depending on the time of year, depending on the weather, that can make a huge impact on how your hair wears. There is a reason that there are whole routines dedicated to my winter curly hair routine, my summer curly hair routine. The amount of moisture in the air, whether or not our heaters are blasting or our air conditioning's cranked up, can really affect how your hair looks and behaves. Currently, in Texas, even though I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, it is actually finally cooling off. We had the most absolute hot and brutal summer this year, and we're halfway through December now, and it's finally cooled down, and my hair has quit behaving like it was. And it's because it is requiring some more moisture, finally. As a general rule, I tend to use shampoos that are on the more cleansing side, the more clarifying side. Can we see why? I am on the oilier, greasier side for sure, but now that it's winter, I don't necessarily need shampoo that is that stripping. So what am I gonna reach for? Let me show you. Actually, I give you full permission to laugh at me after what I just said, because I forgot that the name of this is not the Bounce Curl Gentle Shampoo. It's the Bounce Curl Gentle Clarifying Shampoo. Yes, go ahead. Leave the laughing emojis in the comments. I deserve it. This, even though it says it's a clarifying shampoo, it's actually one of the more hydrating shampoos that I have used as a curly girl, that I have come across. It has just the right amount of cleansing, but it also contains a bunch of nourishing, hydrating ingredients. Then, because I'm Courtney and I have a thing about using sister shampoos and conditioners, I would follow this up with the Bounce Curl Super Smooth Cream Conditioner. It's really, really nice. It's protein-free, which isn't necessarily something you need to be hunting for all the time. But I find that in the cooler weather, my hair personally starts to prefer more protein-free products circulated into the mix. Not totally protein-free, because we need some balance here, but using products that are protein-free tend to be more nourishing and hydrating, perhaps a tad bit more on the heavy side, but my hair needs that extra oomph, that extra love when it gets cold outside. So this conditioner is protein-free, glycerin-free. Also, the next thing in the routine, if you've been hanging out with me this entire year on the YouTubes, we've actually been having a ton of fun doing a series called One Brand Wash Days, wherein we use just 3 products to wash and style this head of hair. And in that routine, I have been fully 100% skipping any leave-in conditioner or curl cream whatsoever. Why? Because I'm using just 3 products. We do shampoo, conditioner, and usually a styler, which means that that leave-in conditioning step gets skipped. I think it has finally caught up with me, and it's time to start incorporating a conditioning step into the routine, at least for a little bit, because of the weather. And I have had the absolute pleasure of playing around with this product for years at this point. Mop Top was kind enough to send me samples of this while it was in testing, while they were developing it, and it's finally launched. And Mop Top has a curl cream now, guys, and it is incredible. So if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. It's worth it. I did an entire series 2 years ago wherein I tested out like 20 different curl creams, all side by side, and behind the scenes, I actually compared this curl cream to all of those during that time, and this was my absolute favorite. But I couldn't tell you all about it because it wasn't in existence yet. It wasn't available for purchase. Now it is. Now you can get your hands on it. And in the winter, my hair tends to like something a little bit heavier than a leave-in conditioner, especially like a lightweight spray leave-in conditioner. It needs something that has both conditioning, moisturizing, nourishing ingredients and some hold. Curl cream. Curl creams tend to do that. They contain both hold ingredients and nourishing ingredients. Then I need to actually style, but I need to use a gel that's going to be maybe less grippy and gritty and still has hold, but also moisture and nourishment. This one, guys, this is really, really good. You have seen it in my One Brand Wash Days. It's the Love Your Curls Irish Sea Moss Gel. It's awesome. And here we are with the final scrunched out the crunch results. I meant to scrunch out the crunch with you guys on camera. I'm sorry about that. I deprived you of the most satisfying part of wash day. But as you can see, things are back, baby. My curls feel so much better. This is honestly the curliest my hair has looked in a while since the weather has turned on us and gotten colder. Now, in case you're stumbling upon this video in the warmer months and you're looking at this and going, Courtney, this is kind of your winter hair care routine. What am I supposed to do in the summer? The way I would adjust this routine for the summer is I would use more cleansing shampoo, lighter weight rinse out conditioner, maybe a spray leave-in conditioner, or just skip leave-in conditioner altogether and use gels that have really good humidity blocking ingredients that are slightly harder hold and a little bit more gritty and grippy feeling, because my hair tolerates that really well in the warmer months. But now that it's winter, we're using slightly more moisturizing, nourishing, creamy shampoos, more nourishing, heavy rinse out conditioners. Heavy's not a bad thing. My hair clearly needed it, and my hair does not feel weighed down. It just feels nourished and hydrated. But the only word I have in my arsenal, in my vocabulary to describe more moisturizing conditioners is to call them heavier. So I hope that makes sense. Adding in a curl cream and using gels that are more on the slippery, nourishing side rather than the grippy, grittier side. I sure hope this video was helpful to y'all. Check when the last time you clarified and deep conditioned was. Maybe it's time for a trim. Maybe it's time to adjust your products, especially if you have kept all of your application, diffusing technique, all of that's remained the same. Those are the 3 things that I would look at. As always, I sure hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.